What's up, everybody? Ghost Girl 007 here, and today's video is going to be a ghost story. Today's ghost story is about the Bell Witch. Adams, Tennessee, in 1817, was the site of one of the most well-known hauntings in American history. So well known that eventually caught the attention and then the involvement of a future president, and one of these of which are known as the Bell Witch. The strange and often violent poltergeist activity that provoked fear and curiosity in the small farming community has remained unexplained for nearly 200 years, and is the inspiration for many fictional ghost stories. The facts of the Bell Witch case share little in common with the mythology created from the Blair Witch Project. One early account of the Bell Witch haunting was written in 1886 by historian Albert Vigil Goodpasture. In his History of Tennessee, he wrote in part, "A remarkable occurrence which attracted widespread interest was connected with the family of John Bell, who settled near what is now Adams Station about 1804. So great was the excitement that people came from hundreds of miles around to witness the manifestation of what was popularly known as the Bell Witch. This witch was supposed to be some spiritual being having the voice and attributes of a woman. It was invisible to the eye, yet it would hold conversations and even shake hands with certain individuals. The freaks it performed were wonderful and seemingly designed to annoy the family. It would take the sugar from the bowls, spill the milk, take the quilts from the beds, slap and pinch the children, and then laugh at the discomfort of its victims. At first it was supposed to be a good spirit, but its subsequent acts, together with the curses which it supplement its remarks, proved the opposite. A volume might be written concerning the performance of this being, as they are now described by contemporaries and their descendants. That all this actually occurred will not be disputed, nor will a rational explanation be attempted. Like most such stories, certain details vary from version to version, but the prevailing accounts is that it was the spirit of Kate Batts, a mean old neighbor of John Bell's, who believed she was cheated by him in a land purchase. On her deathbed, she swore that she would haunt John Bell and his descendants. Sure enough, history says the Bells were tormented for years by the malevolent spirit of old Kate Batts. John Bell and his favorite daughter, Betsy Bell, were the center targets. Toward the other members of the family, the witch was either indifferent, or as in of Mr. Bell's friendly, no one ever saw her. But every visitor to the Bell home heard her all too well. Her voice, according to one person who heard it, spoke at a nerve-wracking pitch when displeased, while at other times it sung and spoke in low musical tones. The spirit of old Kate Batts led John Bell and Betsy a merry chase. She threw tantrum and dishes. She threw furniture and dishes at them. She pulled their noses, yanked their hair, poked needles into them. She yelled all night to keep them from sleeping and snatched food from their mouths at mealtime. They say Andrew Jackson challenged the witch. So widely spread was the news about the Bell Witch that people came from miles around, hoping to hear the spirit's shrill voice or witness a manifestation of its vile temper. When word of the haunting reached Nashville, one of its most famous citizens, General Andrew Jackson, decided to gather a party of friends and journey to Adams to investigate. The general, who had earned his tough reputation in many conflicts with the Native Americans, was determined to confront the phenomenon and to either expose it as a hoax or send the spirit away. A chapter in M.V. Ingram's 1894 book, An Authorized History of the Famous Bell Witch, considered by many to be the best accounts of the story, is devoted to Jackson's visit. General Jackson's party came with a wagon loaded with a tent, provisions, etc., but on a good time and much fun investigating the witch. The men were riding on horseback and were following along in the rear of the wagon. As they approached near the place, discussing the matter and planning how they were going to up the witch. Just then, traveling over a smooth, level piece of road, the wagon halted and stuck fast. The driver popped his whipped and shouted to the team, and the horses pulled with all of their might, but could not move the wagon an inch. It was dead stuck, as if welded to the earth. General Jackson commanded all the men to dismount and put their shoulders to the wheels and give the wagon a push. But all in vain. It was a no-go. The wheels were then taken off one at a time and examined to find to be all right, revolving easily on the axle. General Jackson, after a few moments' thought, realizing that they were in a fix, threw up his hands, exclaiming, "By the eternal boys, it is the witch!" Then came the sound of a sharp, metallic voice from the bushes, saying, "All right, General, let the wagon move on. I will see you again tonight." The men, in bewildered astonishment, looked in every direction to see if they could discover from where came the strange voice, but could find no explanation of the mystery. The horses then started unexpectedly of their own expect. So do you believe the accounts of the Bell Witch? Some say she still lurks in the caves nearby. So if you like a story like this, and you want to see more ghost stories, and you want to see more videos, then just like and subscribe and comment in the comments down below. Until next time, guys, stay scary.